Myself, Vinata. Today, my topic is graphical representation of data. So, the learning outcomes are the learners will be able to understand about frequency distribution, study about histogram and pie chart, identify which type of graph best represents the data, interpret information from graphs. So first we'll see what is a frequency distribution. So it is a table that organizes data into classes, and this each class describes characteristic of data, and this data can be classified on the basis of a variable. Now we'll see a variable. So this we are having two types of variables, discrete variable and a continuous variable. Now discrete variable which can have only discrete variables. If we take examples, so blood groups, weight of tablets, X-ray values, etc. Whereas if we go for continuous variable, it can have a range of values. Example, weight, height of patients, blood pressure, etc. We'll have the data presentation. So how we can present the data? So actually only qualitative or quantitative data not suitable to draw any inferences. A large data is generated on doing experiments and need to be stored. After data collection, one can should be arranged in a table form or the graphical form. So these tables and graphs describes summarization of research data, and we can have results of that data. Now, this is here a question for you. Pause the video, write down your answer for this question in your notebook, then resume. What are the types of data representation graphically? Okay, now I will explain the answer. The types of data presentation. Here there are two types of data presentation: tabulation of data, graphical presentation of data. So here tabulation of data we have stem and leaf plot, whereas graphical representation of data we have histogram and pie chart. Now histogram. Most important method for representation of frequency distribution graphically. It has vertical bars whose areas are proportional to the frequencies. Each bar represents a single value or range of values within width of bar. Reveal the variation, centering, distribution, and shape of data when histograms are to be used. Here we are going to discuss some points. The first one is compare measurement of specification, and the second one is assist in decision making, and the third one is summarizing large data graphically that gives interpretation in the form of tabular. Now, so we'll see the representation of frequency table using histogram. So here is the example. So the first column carries interval. It is a continuous data, and the second column is a sample 1 data, and the third column is a sample 2 data. So these are the frequencies. So here we have taken frequencies for sample 1 and sample 2. Now how we can represent for this frequency distribution in a the representation of frequency table using histogram. Now we are taking x-axis as class interval, and on y-axis we are taking frequencies. So this green color bar graphs are the sample 1 data, and the pink color one are the data for sample 2. So this is the graphical representation for the given frequency table by using histogram. So just by visualizing this graph, one can understand easily the comparisons of the sample 1 and the sample 2 data. So by seeing just by visualizing this graph, so which class interval having the highest frequency for which sample. So here we can have for the class interval 26 to 29 range, the sample 2 data is having the highest frequency, that is 25. The similar way we can have for the class interval 17 to 20, for the sample data 2, we can have the lowest frequency, that is the value 4. So like this we can compare the data easily. Now pie chart. It is a drawing that is divided into segments, and each segment represents data category or group, and thus each segment has area proportional to area of circle. Now this pie chart represents completely 100% of the data. Here, when we can use this pie chart, so this can be used for comparing parts of a whole, and the second one we can have whenever we are having categorical data, then this pie chart really works. And if we have individual parts to be added as a whole, then we can use for pie. Now we'll have representation of pie chart by taking an example of blood groups. Here there are four types of blood groups we are taking: A group, B group, O group, and AB group. And in the second column we are having number of persons. So here for the blood group A, there are 744 persons are there, and for B group there are 971 persons are there, and for O group there are 888 persons are there, and for AB group there are 207 persons are there. So total, if we add all these blood groups, there are total of 2810 persons are there. So this is a category of blood groups. There is a separate four categories are there. The best option for representation of data graphically is pie chart. Now we'll see how to represent. So now here is the pie chart we are having. So the number of persons having for each blood group. So here the blue color one carries for the blood group A. So it carries 26%. 26% of the total we are having this A group. Similarly, we can have for B group, there are 35 percentage of the total we are having B group persons. The same way we can have for O group, there are 32% of the persons we are having. Now there are only very less 7% persons are there for AB group. So this is one of the important representation for the category of the data. So whenever we are having different types of categories or groups, then the best method for representing the data is pie chart. But if we are having large classifications or the large groups, then you have to go for bar graphs. So this is the difference for bar graph or the histogram and the pie chart. Okay, and thank you.